Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Jesse. I'm a member of the IE Network. It's a really exciting program, and I'm very excited today because I have the privileged opportunity to interview the founder and CEO of IE Network. She's going to share a lot of great information with us, and it's just really exciting. Hey, how you doing, Kimberly?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm great.
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to interview you. It's definitely an honor.
Oh, no problem. I like reaching out to the members.
So can you tell us a little bit about what IE Network is and what it's all about?
Yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting story, but basically we're an advertising company with a commission system built in for some of our product and products and services. The true definition in my mind, and obviously look it up, it's Google it, evolve is to undergo gradual change. And this is a real perfect example of who we are, what we want to do, and who the members are. We're helping members evolve with their businesses or affiliatizations or whatever it is that they're advertising online. We have some free tools, training, and of course there's some methods to exposure to their businesses that they've never seen before or experienced. Our goal overall is to help them with their existing business, whether they have one or not. If they don't, we can show them how to get one, and we have many on our platform as well.
Okay, so your primary focus is to help businesses advertise their services, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And to learn as well. There's a lot to learn.
Okay. And what would make your advertising network, IE Network, a better advertising choice than, say, some other company to advertise with?
Yeah, well, we rotate our banners not only on the IE Network site and our referral pages, but we are bringing our banners to the outside, to the World Wide Web through various methods. One of those methods is a free Facebook app. It's free, and it's going to be given to all members that come in. We're just finishing up some of the touches on it. But basically, it taps into an uncharted territory. We know that there's Facebook marketing out there, but whether or not it's successful or not is the key answer there. In addition to that, we have more than just banners and text ads. We're far more than just banner and text ads. We're actually a company that had several parts to it. At first thought, the company originally started out to be an idea for a book. I started making notes on the internet and in all the Skype rooms and the Facebook channels, pages and YouTube channels, and just different things that I saw and the way in which other companies were treating these members. And I'm just going to tell you, it was disgusting. It was horrible. I called my mom, and I remember sitting on my couch the day that IE popped into my head, and I didn't even have a name. I called my mom about the idea, and she's named all the companies I've owned over the years, and I've owned both online and offline, 16 years in business. And she said to me, well, what do you want it to do? What's its main function? And I told her everything, and out pops IE, Internet Evolving. And I just sat there for a second, and I said, oh, my gosh, this is, really amazing. And then for a split second, I saw 6 years, 7 years into the future and what we would be. So then I jumped on the phone, and I immediately called my friend David Krause, and I showed him what I needed and where it could start, where it could be long term, and he said everything that I needed that he could build. So he's been building every day ever since then. He's working on 3-4 projects. He's got a huge email campaign and some other terrific tools. We're going to be switching up the menu bar here pretty soon. So constantly evolving.
So what are your long-term goals for your company?
I would say, long-term goals are important. I'll touch on these a bit, but to be honest, it's kind of interesting. In the beginning of anything, you look at it one manner, and then within the next few days, it's already changed. And the next few days, it's already changed again. And so David and I are a lot of ways like that. We keep adding stuff to the features in all these other divisions that we have. So, our brains kind of never shut off, and we're always adding things. For instance, I'll give you an example, the Facebook app, it was already ready, it was already tested, and we could have already launched it. but he added several more features to it, and that's probably my biggest frustration is he'll call me and say, hey, Kim, I added this trick new feature, and it's really awesome, but then I'll say, okay, how long? He'll say, oh, a couple more days, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to, beat my head against the wall. But you can't say no because all of the features that he did, I mean, he's literally adding for this feature example, an example to that would be he added a way in which the members could gain even more commissions off of what's going to happen with this tool, and it just blew my mind. I said, there's no way that anybody would say no to that. Jesse, we've had a couple bumps coming out the gate, you know that, and I've fixed every single thing that happened. And any successful person on the net will tell you, if you're a quitter, then don't even begin. And don't bother starting something because if you're a quitter, you're never going to get anything done. You're never going to accomplish anything. And challenges in any business, or anything that you do really is, it's only going to make you better.
Right.
Without challenges, I don't think I would start anything. So what we have in the future, long-term goals, whatever it comes to be, it's going to be, massive six divisions in this company, and it's going to rock the internet as we know it.
Sounds exciting. What can members experience or beginner members, what can they expect when they join the IE network?
Oh, I'm glad. That's a good question. For one, I reach out to the members just as I've reached out to you. Members will certainly get more than they've ever experienced anywhere else. I believe that hands down because IE was developed off of all their complaints. I didn't have to compete to get as many members as we did coming out the gate within a couple of weeks because they were screaming in the rooms and complaining on the Facebook pages on all these different companies they were in and not being given the full amount of attention, and they were being stifled, and their voices were not heard, and their opinions and their requests not heard. And that's just wrong because, in any business, it starts with the customers. It starts with the people who are buying. So we've done a lot of different things. We've branded our own MasterCard coming through Payoneer to make sure that the members are absolutely going to get paid. As a matter of fact, this is our third week in a row paying now. 3 weeks ago we started our payouts, and this is our third week out, and people are screaming in all the rooms, I can't believe it, I got paid today, and it's a good day for them. What's great about the cost on that is that we took a look at all the costs. Why were they failing? And we put these into formulas, and we figured out exactly how to make it work. And not only that, but make it work in 6 different divisions for people to continue making not only an income, but a residual income is more important. So you can definitely count on residual incomes in everything that we do. We've looked deeply into the cost, so we definitely know what we're doing. We both have experience. David is more in the tech division, and I'm more in driving a business and putting things into effect, taking action really because they're going to experience the CEO with their sleeves rolled. Our sleeves are rolled up. We're doing the work right with them. I'm answering support tickets. I frequently stop by the chat rooms. I've handled payouts myself with the admin. And, you're seeing me answering emails and support tickets and chats at 2 a.m. in the morning. I take a lot of pride in this company and what I've done. But more importantly, I want to reach out to them because they are the reason why it was born.
Sure. Wow. I mean, so it was definitely built off of an inspiration. That's great.
Oh, yeah, I was definitely moved. Well, I think the final straw, and if she's probably going to be listening to this, I'll tell you, I won't say her name, but I know who she is, and she knows who she is. She moved me to tears the day that I was listening to a woman tell me that she could not feed her baby.
Wow. And
it literally, Jesse, it broke me to pieces. And I just got up. I was angry. I called my mom. I was like, this is ridiculous. Why are all these businesses failing? It's not rocket science. It's really, the simplicity of banner and text ads. It's pretty basic. And then the simplicity of actually paying somebody who is a member. That's pretty basic. But I wanted it to be different, and that's why we've elaborated on it. We've added other divisions, and there's so many things coming. It's unbelievable. But the woman really changed my life that day. I stood up and I said, okay, this must change.
Awesome. What do you think is going to be the main reason that the IE network is going to last for years and years? What's going to give it the longevity?
Yeah, that's a good question too. Well, we're constantly relooking at our model. We're constantly looking at things that are, cautionary for obviously we built it off what wasn't working. So we already know what not to do. And we do expect the members to get out there and share the word about us, and believe me, they will, because, people talk about people who get things done. But as a company, we are also advertising. We have a huge marketing campaign going on right now. Another one is right behind it. We will definitely, we expect members to, help out and to advertise, and certainly if they do, they're getting, 12% 2 levels. That's very generous. But the 51% shared pool is amazing. And like I said, we've trimmed down our costs. So that, I think, in itself, and that everything we do from this future, into the future, will pay back the members. It will definitely bring them in on the commissions. It's based on fairness, and all of the hardworking members and our staff. We're going to make a business that lasts for a long time. I think together, building a long-term business based on action is what it's going to take.
Right. Well, I'm definitely excited about it. What products or services can members expect in the future, and are there going to be commissions on those?
Oh, absolutely. This is probably my most favorite thing to talk about. The very first few weeks of IE, I'm going to tell you flat out, I wasn't not just sleeping because I was working, but if I went to sleep and my eyes would shut, all of a sudden I'd start dreaming. And I remember I called his phone at like 12-something in the morning. And he's in Chicago, and he sat straight. He's like, "Why are you calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning?" And it was because I said, "I have a great idea, for another division," and it just doesn't stop. So there are many things that are coming to IE that'll just, blow your mind. And I can go into details, Jesse, about these. It's hard for me to keep secrets. But in all honesty, I don't know which is worse for me, keeping the secret. And the fact that I love to surprise people so much, it's kind of cool. But I can't spill everything yet. But what I can say is that, we will be launching more. I will be launching more and more divisions with IE, and that they will definitely participate and earn commissions in each of those divisions. I think another thing is that, a lot of the companies out there are using, a lot of large companies are out there using some of these tactics right now, and some of them have never been brought to the internet until IE. Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, crazy stuff is about to come.
You are definitely an innovator. You gave us a lot of insight as far as your passion and the drive behind the reason why you made the IE network. Is there anything else that you want to share about why at this particular time in internet marketing history or the internet history that you decided to go ahead and start this?
Yeah, it's real moving for me, because when I go back to that moment, and it's real easy for me to go back there because I was in it. I mean, I'm definitely going to be professional enough not to name some names out there on the internet, but there are some doozies out there, and I had my own ad company. I've been successful. I made my first $1 million in 2009. Like I said before, I didn't get here by accident, but what killed me was all of these people out there that are kind of just dirtying up the industry. And it goes back to that moment in time when I'm sitting there watching what I love to do be ripped and torn apart. So for many marketers and business owners, not having any of those options, not having proven results, and it became necessary for somebody to step up and do something. And I guess the words really were, why not me? Why can't I do it? And so I just started taking notes and unfolded this book, and one chapter after another, and I decided there's just no way I could deny 97% of people on the net just sitting there with no answers. And did anybody think for a second that's the majority? And it's pretty easy to say the majority rules. Ask any successful entrepreneur, and they're literally going to tell you that it's pretty easy to get in front of a massive targeted audience, an active audience, active customers, with a repeat business. residual income. So I think the biggest thing probably at this point, why now, was because I chose to launch a company with high demand that made sense. It was, paying special attention to, marketers, that what they wanted, what they needed, and what they've been simply asking for. It was pretty easy to deliver it because, these members gave me the blueprint, and that, each one of those products and services it's basically built on the members' demand and great commission for everybody. So, I guess the internet history is in my mind. I also go back to one other moment, and this is kind of a funny one, and I'm going to unveil something. It was a big boo-boo on my part on the internet. I said no to Google. I had a friend of mine send me a link one time and said, "Kim, you've got to get in on this. You've got to see this. It's the most amazing thing, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "What the hell is Google? That sounds stupid." Can you believe that? I did. I said that it sounds funny. It just sounded funny. And so that was probably the biggest mistake. And from that point forward, that's all it took. I will keep an open mind. I will always be learning. I will always listen. And I will never say no unless I investigate. So
awesome. Great tips. Great tips. So for anybody who's not a member, what do you suggest that they do right now after listening to this exciting information?
Well, just to know. Absolutely. I hear you. I would say, for right now, we're starting out in phase 1. We're in division 1. You got to know that there's 6 divisions coming. We have great products, great services that make sense in today's market, in today's economy. But most importantly, I want people and members to finally experience, success and a residual income. So, they can simply log, whoever referred them. If you're sitting on this page right now and somebody referred you here, click the registration button, fill it out, make sure your referrer's name is in that box, and if not, then go ahead and join, and, you'll, being among the masses. This is very important for someone to know. There is no link for myself or for David or for HIPCO. HIPCO is our mother company. IE Network is owned by HIPCO. HIPCO I own. So I will say that there is no hidden tricks here. It's all for the members based on what they wanted.
Well, I definitely appreciate your honesty and you being an open book, and you sound like someone that I definitely, I'm very happy to get behind, and someone that, more people should definitely get behind because you're passionate about what you do, and that's hugely important. I definitely appreciate your time, and I appreciate the great information.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time too.
Bye.
Okay, take care.